My name is Kathy Geller, and I'm with the Arthritis Foundation today talking about osteoporosis and fall prevention and the connection between osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. So as I mentioned, we all know the benefits of exercise. We know that it's going to make us feel better. The cartilage in your joint that I mentioned before has no blood supply. Now we know that we get nourishment in our body through the blood. The blood brings us nourishment. So the question is, well, how can we keep our joints healthy if there's no blood supply to the cartilage? The only way to do that is by movement. So if you were to think of your wrist and the cartilage in the wrist, the only way that that cartilage will be nourished is if you move the joint. Right now I'm moving my wrist and I'm flushing the fluid, the synovial fluid around the joint, and the cartilage is like a sponge, and it's retrieving, it's grabbing nutrients from the blood supply, okay? Now the bones, the only way bones are strengthened is by movement. And the simplest movement I can explain to you is walking. When you walk, each time you place your foot on the ground, your bones are getting a signal from that impact to get stronger. The other way bones get stronger is by movement and resistance. So if I held a can of soup in my hand and moved my arm, the pull of muscle on bone is again sending a signal to the bone to get stronger. So you can see from what I just said that the only way your joints and your bones will be healthy is through movement. Nice. And I explained that with exercise, with arthritis and osteoporosis, we need to be moving, we need to do the right kind of exercise that's going to be joint friendly. We don't want to do anything that's going to damage our joints. For instance, the marathon this Sunday. For somebody with really active arthritis, you might not want to do something like that, obviously, but you might be able to walk, you might be able to do a line dance class, you might be able to do an arthritis exercise class, you might be able to get in the pool, get on a stationary bicycle. So there are a lot of things you can do. We have them in 130 sites throughout the state. Mostly you'll find them at YMCAs, fitness centers, senior centers. I'm going to say that on the table outside there should be what we call our program guide, and that lists all of our exercise programs by county. If it's not out there, you can ask one of the arthritis staff to send one to you. You can also go on the website if you go on the computer. So let's talk about falls for a moment. Falls are never an accident. When they interview people, when the medical professionals interview people after a fall, there's almost always a reason. The person will say, I was rushing. I was running up the stairs and I had left things on my stairway to take up with me and I forgot they were there. I didn't see the black ice outside. Getting into my car, I fell.
Or didn't lift my knee hard enough when going up the steps.
Okay, didn't focus, didn't pay attention to what I was doing. My foot, I wasn't able to lift my leg up enough, like you said, to get up a step. I missed a step. I was distracted. I was upset. So there's always a reason why people fall. And usually it's preventable, okay? There are different kinds of falls. Not every fall lands you on the ground. There are slips, trips, almost falls. There are high impact falls. If you were at the top of a stairway and fell, high impact. Car accident, that kind of thing, it's high impact. Standing on the floor here and falling is a low impact, low trauma fall. Okay, so there are very many different kinds of falls. You're at risk of falling if you have osteoporosis, if your balance is impaired by arthritis or muscle weakness, you're more likely to fall. Okay? What do you think is a common place for a fall to occur?
The bedroom.
The bedroom?
Yeah,
Okay. Falling out of bed? Or in the bathroom. Bathroom is very common. Some people do fall in the bedroom. Some people trip on their bedspreads and comforters and fall. Some people get up having to, to run to the restroom, and they maybe would be dizzy or their blood pressure is off, and they might take a fall. Kitchens are another one. Stairways are another one. Now, what about outside the home? Where do you think falls occur?
Walking out the door.
Walking out the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can miss that one step and
Miss a step.
there you go.
Okay. All right. What about when you're in a store, in a supermarket, that produce aisle? You know how they spray, they have the spray on, and everything looks glistening? Or somebody drops a grape on the floor, or a piece of lettuce, or some water drips on the floor. Very, very dangerous section of the supermarket. And a lot of people don't even think about it, but falls occur there. Okay? One of the biggest things that cause falls is distraction. People are not focused on the task at hand. You're rushing, you're worried, something happened, you're upset, you're thinking about something else. Usually when you're rushing, it happens, you're distracted. So one of the biggest ways you can prevent falls is pay attention to what you're doing. It sounds very simple. A lot of falls occur because we're rushing, we're distracted, we're thinking about something else. Okay? Are we moving already?
Yeah.
Okay, so environmental factors, we're talking about the house, things you can do in the house. Make sure you have adequate light, stairways are clear of clutter. You know all these things, okay? Lower your risk of falling. Make sure you have your eyes examined. There are 3 systems in your body that account for falls and balance. Your vision, you need to have your eyes checked, make sure you're wearing the proper glasses or your vision is healthy. Your ears, make sure that if you have any ear issues that would throw off your balance, that you have them taken care of. And then where you are in space with your body, and that comes from exercise, strength, balance training, movement.